Hey guys, this is Kajal. Let's accept the fact that the job market currently is very competitive, and I know it's difficult to get initial interview calls. I'm not going to give you any consolation that it will get easier, it's only going to get tougher. But I have seen that people are still stuck in some old styles of applications which are maybe hindering their progress. So, today I want to talk about the resume part of the application, which is the window to your capabilities, which is the first interaction between you and the company. So, it's very important that your resume shows what your capabilities are and is able to do so in the most efficient manner. So, there were a few tweaks that I did to my own resume, after which I started getting more and more calls. So, let me take it from the top. Let me talk about two minor tweaks or minor factors, and then I will dive deeper into the most important factor. Uh, the first thing is ATS. Yes, ATS system is there and it definitely filters out the resumes and makes it easier. So, to bypass this is first that you apply through the company's website. A lot of small to medium enterprises manually check their um, applications which they receive through their websites. So you make sure that you always go to the company's website and apply through there. Next, for ATS, there are two ways. First, that you tweak your resume for each and every job. So basically, which involves is copy pasting the job description into ChatGPT, taking out the keywords, or maybe giving it the prompt to change your resume to fit the job role. It's a time exhausting process, and I definitely do not recommend it because I have tried it for a lot of time, and I think there were more there is less benefit than there is work involved. The second way to do it is that you create a fixed resume and use it for each job profile, but keep your cover letter variable. What I mean by this is the exact way to do is that first of all you need to know what kind of job role are you would you be the most interested in. I am not talking about a very complicated process to find out your passion or anything, but what part of your field would you be most interested. It could be anything. For me, it is the strategic part of marketing where I get to understand the market, the audience, and then try to create a holistic marketing strategy. It could be advertising for you, it could be PR for you, or social media. It could be anything. Try to find out that one area and stick to it because it's going to create a foundation for your resume. Next, you will find out a few top job descriptions which you think that is something that you can work on and you would like to learn more about it. So take those top job descriptions, 5 to 6, get it into ChatGPT and ask it to create a resume for you. Now, your job is to take out some time and tweak this resume according to add your own information, and then come up with a final resume that you're confident enough with and you can talk about in the interview. That's the most important thing. You should be able to talk about it at length, at depth in your job interview. So once you have this fixed resume, keep it fixed. Do not change it at any cost. Next, you make sure that all of the keywords which are related to your job role or any possible job role that you would apply for are there in the resume. Of course, it doesn't mean that you stuff all the keywords. Be sensible about it. Be understand that it makes sense. It should make sense. When someone has a look at your resume at a fast pace, they should be able to understand or at least have a slight idea of what the applicant is aiming for. So I think you understood my point, right? So make sure that the resume and the keywords kind of are able to explain that. So the second thing that I want to talk about is formatting. Formatting is as important as your experience, if not less. Just stick to a simple vertical resume. I personally do not like T-shaped resume because it's easier for the reader to go up and down than to go up and down and also left to right. So I opt for simple vertical resume, starting from the introduction, like a career summary, and then the skills section, then experience so on. Also make sure that there is consistency in the date format, the colors that you're using, the font type, and also the font size. So make sure the heading, font size, everything, color are consistent throughout, and similarly for other sections as well. Also, there should be ample spacing. The spacing should be so perfect, left, right, and also in between the sections and in between the lines, and so that it's easier to read for the recruiter. It's very important. As a marketing professional, you do not want to make it too colorful, but you want to keep it as minimalist as possible. Now, the most important thing that I want to talk about is that when I added the project section in my resume, that's when I actually started to get more calls, more qualified calls, I would say. So, what I mean by projects is that your personal portfolio, make a section of it. You could have worked with some personal clients in the past, or you could have, you know, done some work on your own personal business. It could be anything. You have to find out what it is apart from your job experience that you have done. So you would want to create a section of it, and you would want to add all the other information that you could not fit in your job experience. And best would be that you have a headline which summarizes the project, then you have some description, 3 to 4 lines of description that says that what exactly you worked on, what tools, etc. So yeah, the most important information. And then you have the link that goes to the web page which showcases your work. So it could be anything. It could be your personal portfolio, it could be a design website, it could be linked to GitHub, so it can be anything. Once you have this section, make it as concise as possible, and it would be great if you could add it before the experience section so that recruiter is able to have a look at it. Then after that, you'll have your experience section and your education, etc. So the last thing is that organize your resume. Make sure that you have the order defined. So what comes first, what comes last, etc. Of course, the most important stuff should come first, and the least important stuff should come at the end or on the next page, because the first page everybody sees, but you don't know who is going to the second page or who does not, right? So just think about it in the way that even if the recruiter does not go to the second page, it should not make much difference in his decision. So organize it in that way. Then categorize your sections also. So the most applicable example of that is in your skill section. Maybe you will want to have one technical um, technical skill section, so where you have all the technical tools, softwares, and then you have some strategic section, or social media section is different, and then you have language section also. Language is also a skill, so I add that in the skill section as well. Do not add any personal interest. It does not make any difference. It just takes up extra space. Yeah, take your own decision in that way. I think those were the most important points that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, I wish you a great day. See you the next one.